I'm going to show you how I scale marketing agencies to 8 figures and beyond. So 10 plus million, I'm going to show you the exact systems I use to make this happen. And if you don't know who I am, I'm the founder of FlowClick. I've built the backend for over 45 creative and marketing agencies. And I have a YouTube specifically showcasing how to actually build backends. And one day ideally will work with me, and that's the long-term goal. And my agencies do somewhere between 50K per year to 100 or 10 million plus years. So in short, I'm going to show you the exact frameworks and the exact systems I use to scale companies and which platforms to use. The first thing we're going to pick is the project management system. I'm going to use ClickUp in this specific case. You can use Monday, you can use Asana, whatever you want. I have, my last video was specifically about this on which platform is best to pick for operations. I'm going to stick with ClickUp just for the ease, but if you're using Asana, if you're using Monday, it's going to work the exact same way, so you don't have to worry. Now, imagine you have no system yet, and you're doing somewhere between 100K per month, 200K per month, even like 50K per month is a lot. You want to build this system to be scalable to 8 figures and beyond. The common mistake I see is people building systems which like last now, but get outdated in a month. We want a long-term solution for long-term growth. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use AI to help me build this specific system for me. And the first thing I need to do is I need to hook up the AI with my project management system. So I will locate the settings tab. It's going to be the same way for our accounts. Then locate into apps, and you will want to find your unique API key to your Monday, to your Asana, to your Teamwork, whatever you use. I use ClickUp, so I'm going to use ClickUp. I'm going to find this key, I'm going to copy it, I'm going to sign in, and I'm going to use this to connect and copy this into AI. And I want to give some context so it can understand my specific and unique position. So I'm going to say, hey, I run a marketing agency that does 40K per month, and I want to grow to 200K in the next year. And I want to build my operations and my ClickUp project management system to have the data all over there. And then I also want to build a client portal which is connected with my ClickUp system, so they're both connected. So I have a centralized operation system that can scale me to 200K per month and beyond. And I do primarily meta ads and I do SEO and PPC. Those are my 3 main services, alongside with some website building as well. I basically use Whisper here, which transcribes my voice. I then copy my ClickUp API key. And if you don't know how to use Claude Code and like the thing I'm currently using, this little fella, search up on YouTube. There are hundreds of tutorials out there nowadays. I don't have to go through this again because it's very common and common sense to use. And I feel like you can do this yourself as well. Now, first thing, here is my API key. API key is the key that gets access to your system so it can build it for you. And yeah, and then I'm going to, for this specifically, I need to also share my workspace idea, which is this thing here over there. I have to copy this, and then I can go back to the system and just go back here, and then add here is my workspace ID. Now, in this specific use case, I'm going to add some context just for the YouTube video. I currently have 13 active clients, and which all on a retainer ongoing basis, and all of them have all the packages. And I'm currently recording a YouTube video, so just add the demo data about how it could look like in practice. So add like the fulfillment process, and let's pretend we are in the middle of doing fulfillment. I wanted this to be like a YouTube tutorial around my ClickUp, so just add the data around the system specifically. The thing I'm doing here is I'm just going to add some context so like it can fill out the information. If you already have a marketing SEO, of course, you don't have to do this. You can just fill out the information by AI itself, and you can just dump like a file. I'm just going to create like mock-up data to actually showcase how it looks like. Run plan mode first and ask me questions if you need any extra help. So the thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a project management system which takes care of my project, the thing you need to scale your business. I'm also going to build a client portal so the clients can also see my progress. And this is a very common mistake I see amongst users on the platform, that or just people who do like operations and try to build their own systems. They don't add and make a place to client for them to see the data. You want one place for the client so they can see the progress that they're doing, the fulfillment, the stats. They want to see all the progress. And a major mistake I see is clients or people not having a dashboard which they can have access to. Now, in ClickUp, if you go back to the homepage, first, of course, this has to answer and kind of think about this. I'm going to pause it here and then come back once the AI has thought of a full-on system, which is going to create me for me. So I'm going to come back once this has been done. Now it asks me for some data. I'm just going to say just like pick realistic data just so it looks like a real demo. I'm going to have either by service, by stage, or hybrid. I personally obviously think service is the best, and that's what it says recommended. And when I build operation systems myself, I always think that by service is the best way to do it, by far, because it's the most scalable. And I'm going to, sure. If I go back to my drawing board here, the common mistake I see people do when building operation systems is they have the hierarchy of, for some reason, they have it like, okay, they have the client, and then they have a client in a folder. If that's an email, whatever. And they have like multiple of these folders. And when you scale, these folders start to stack up. And in ClickUp, it was going to be like new space, client name, client name, client name. And essentially, imagine when you scale and you have a lot of clients, it's going to be this like long list of just client, 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 client. Instead, if you have by service, you're going to have the service feature, which is going to be like web development. And it's going to be the, let's say, meta ads. The amount of folders and the amount of information don't stack up just because you have more clients, because everything will be in one place. And as the team grows and I start hiring like the people who do the SEO, like SEO specialists, you start getting media buyers on your team. They will work in one place. They will work in the meta ads folder, not across multiple places. And when I started, I stated in the beginning, I said like, people build systems that work today, but not in like 3 or 6 months from now, is the exact thing I'm referring to here. It works in it now because you have 10 clients and you can have 10 folders, but as soon as you scale, this breaks and you have to rebuild everything from the ground up. And that's a very common mistake I see amongst agencies, is that they don't build system that works on a long-term basis, and it's not scalable for growth. And that's what I want to focus on. And that's why Antigravity, or like the AI, recommended me of building the system for like per service instead of just per client. So while this loads, I'm going to pause it and then come back once this has been built. Now, finally, after some back and forth, we have managed to get the everything up and running. We have the client portals, so we can access the different clients. So if we go back into ClickUp, we're going to have everything here from each service. And keep in mind, I did no work myself here. I put the AI, I prompted it. We went some back and forth. I said, hey, fix this, or hey, I want this done. And then it did everything for me. So we have the different clients in here. I recommend doing each by service. I don't feel like each client is worth it because we have the same problem as I mentioned before. So that's something I would tell the AI, like, hey, I don't want each client to be a list. I want it to be everything in one folder instead, right? Because it's still the same annoying structure. Either way, if you do creative work, it might be necessary. If you do like heavier tasks which have a ton of things to do, then that might be the way. But if you're doing like simple SEO reports once per month and like doing backlinks and citations and like doing 3 blog posts, a couple of tasks are fine, right? So everything is done. We have all the structure. I don't have to do anything myself. Of course, I have to like maybe add the client details. But if you just share like a Google Drive, Google Sheet, and say like here are the client details, update it for me, it will. Then we go into client portal and we're going to have a local hosted server about like peak the dental group. We have the different stages. So if I go back to system here, about peak dental stages, let's say we have April blog posts. I put this as complete accidentally, and then it's going to put hopefully the other thing also incomplete. April blog post, you can see everything is connected. I need nothing. And of course, this looks super simple. It's truly nothing fascinating. It's not out of the blue or like super unique, but it still stands out enough to build a system all through AI just by building the structure and everything else. So if you just keep prompting, keep telling the agent like, hey, fix this for me, write it, download like Whisper Flow and just like talk with it. You can get there and get a very, very far way by just going back and forth, talking with the client. And that's kind of the structure I run with clients here is like, hey, talk with the AI, say what kind of systems you want to build. And of course, you have to host this server somewhere. You'll have to fix it and so on. That comes later down the line. You can also just ask AI like, hey, please host it for me. Please fix it for me. I want this to have like logins through Supabase. Everything here is totally doable by doing that instead. So yeah, highly recommend going with AI, talking back and forth. I figured I just want to show you some inspo of the system you can build. Like, hey, I want the client portal to be 10x better. Looks super simple now. And it's going to keep iterating, keep improving it. And that's how you build the system. So you just go back and forth, tell it what to do, and it does the work for you. And there's truly no excuse for this to be not good and not have the operations intact because you can just ask the AI to do everything for you. So just go in, ask it to help you out with the systems, and it's going to do a ton of work for you. And that's how you start building good operational systems. And I don't want this to be super overwhelming or super technical. I wanted to keep this very lighthearted and just like, hey, you can just talk with AI. You can set up your API keys, the different connections, and it can build the systems for you. So let your creativity flow. Let everything just like do some brainstorming. Talk with it. Like, hey, I want to build a performance dashboard. Can you connect my GA4 or like my PPC accounts and showcase the results we have gotten this week? Then you do that. So I hope this makes sense. I wish you all the best. It's going to like keep working here, keep improving the dashboards, and it's going to do everything for you. So good luck. If you need help with a system like this, I can build everything for you, help you out, audit them, and tell you my recommendations on what 8-figure and plus agencies do in your stage that they do differently than you. So hope you enjoyed it. It's going to keep building the redesign and keep working on the platform here on the dashboard, and we'll keep updating everything here as time goes. So that's how you start doing it. You can see starting to change colors, starting to add more things, making it much more complicated, and we'll keep building systems like this. You can see adds more and more, adds more and more, and that's how you keep building the systems better and better. So like everything, I do no work myself. It truly just updates everything for you, and I don't even touch. You can see more and more and more. Every time I refresh, something new occurs. And I truly think it's a game changer. As said, you can do this yourself, keep prompting, keep going away, and like mark stuff like, hey, I don't like this section. I would like don't like this thing. Change it for me. And it will keep updating and improving it for you. And that's the end of the game here. So You just say what you want to do, say you want to fix, and it will keep changing the stuff for you completely live. So anyways, good luck, play around with it, ask AI to build the things for you, and there's truly no excuse nowadays to not have dialed in operations, because it's not that hard to do. You just have to ask the AI back and forth, and it's going to do the thing for you. Either way, it will keep chipping in here, keep updating things. Everything here is live. I don't do anything myself. So yeah, either way, good luck. Play around with it and just ask the AI to do the work. For you can see, it's still working, it's still doing and updating tasks, and it's that easy. Anyways, if you want more tips, subscribe to the channel, give me ideas. I would love to build something custom if you want. Like, hey, I want to see how to build a performance dashboard. Let me know. Happy to build it live. And yeah, if you want to see more or want to work with me, go on down below and book a call directly through my link. And we can jump on a call. I can give you an audit, give my thoughts, and see what you can improve on. Thank you. Wishing you a wonderful day, and kindly let me know if you want to see something else.